morning everyone. It's the 10th of April, Good Friday, and I'm on my way to work for 24-hour shift today. 10 this morning until 10 tomorrow morning. It's a lovely day here and it's been very good all week, and it gives it to be pretty good for this weekend. And see a lot of stuff in the media about people going away to caravans and day trips. It's crazy to think that anyone would put themselves, their families and other people at risk just to have a day away because it's a nice day and it's Easter. The amount of people that's off work anyway, so whether it's a public holiday or not doesn't really make any difference. They're all off. One day's like another now. So just a bit of an update. Obviously later when I get to work and we'll see how things are going, I'll add more to the video. So we'll just see what the traffic's like this morning. It's looking pretty heavy at the minute, which it usually isn't. So I'll turn the camera around and I'll just let it play out normally, I think, and we'll see how this goes. But there's definitely a lot more traffic on the road at the minute. Okay, see you later. So this is the Crumlin Road in Belfast, and this is actually a 30-mile-an-hour zone the whole way right through this whole road. And as you can see, not too many walking about this morning. Pretty quiet, but plenty of cars on the road. So I'm going to put on the local station, and it's a guy, Stephen Nolan, does a lot of, it's like a talk show, and we'll listen to him while I drive to work.
Identified over the weekend to supply masks which should see in excess of £6 million in coming weeks. So there's two local suppliers supplying £6 million worth of masks in the next couple of weeks.
That's great. That's very good news. And you know, the truth is that, and I said this last week when I was on with you, there's a huge kind of gratitude to the general public in Northern Ireland for really helping to keep this peak lower longer than was expected. When I talked to officials last week, they expect the peak to hit by this weekend or last weekend or early this week. And we still seem to be in a situation where we're coping. What the Department of Health here seems to be doing is trying to plan ahead for when this extra PPE is going to be needed. And I just think in a crisis, you simply can't shoot down every bird that tries to get up into the sky. We don't know. That note from Monday was advisory, as you rightly say in your own commentary, Stephen. That's her job, and you know, had we had more of this kind of due diligence around the RHI thing, you know, I think asking the tough questions internally before you go to make the internal deal is critical to getting a deal that's robust.
Yeah, absolutely, Nick. And there's no questioning around what, you know, in fact, we're putting an import on what Sharon Gallagher has done. We're saying, look, it's relevant, it's significant. and we're not questioning why she did it. We're pointing out she did do it.
Yeah.
But I guess the dilemma here is we're not in normal times, Mick.
No.
So, Jim Allister's concerns are, look, should the department be publicly stating how they have been reassured now since Monday? Because it is, in any normal times, it is a significant amount of public money. It's 170 million pounds worth of public money. Against that, there's a fast race for this equipment, so get it while you can, is an argument.
I think so. The French health minister in 2009 was ridiculed because he overbought the amount of PPE required to deal with the SARS epidemic that didn't quite take France. And of course, that's been an advantage now. Everybody's passing on the fact that at the time he was ridiculed for spending too much and getting too much in. I think the truth is that we've been caught on the hop here, and we're used to living in a society where everything is relatively predictable. Even the rise of the storm are as predictable as the weather coming in from the Atlantic. But we're now in a situation where everybody's caught on the hop, and there's a really good argument for saying why did we not invest some of this stuff before it hit. A lot of the modelling that was done in London showed just what a disastrous effect it would have on our existing health systems. But I'm very reluctant to kind of bang a drum and say, this isn't good value for money. It's a huge quantum, don't get me wrong, and I really hope that the executive isn't punished for this some way down the line, because that's a serious amount of cash over and above anything that's been publicly reported so far. It may be that it's a joint effort between finance and health.
It is. From the documentation we've seen, it absolutely is. They're working closely together.
And we've got testing. Testing is being pushed up. There are other calls online. But really at this stage, I think protecting healthcare workers has got to be an absolute number one priority, and we cannot be confused about that.
I think the bigger talking point here, Mick, is how much is Northern Ireland going to rely on the Four Nations strategy for our equipment? Like, for example, because this order has not, and the money hasn't been sent yet, and so this order is not through yet. They're very close to it, but if we don't get it, what this story asks a question to is the Northern Ireland Executive confident that we will get enough PPE equipment that we need from the Four Nations approach, or do we need to get it from elsewhere? So that's the bigger point within this story, certainly for me. Are we confident we're getting it from the Four Nations approach, or to suggest that we're going and getting 170 million pounds worth on our own certainly begs the question: are we not confident the UK government will give us what we need?
One of the criticisms there's been of the UK, and a lot of the Irish criticism of the UK, I think, has been very misplaced. I think the UK strategy has been slow, but that's because it's a huge and highly centralised country, particularly England, in terms of moving things through. But it has been sequenced, it's been organised, and it's been highly informed by scientific advice. But one of the real criticisms comes in comparison with Germany, where they have a much more devolved system, where the various German states actually control the health service from a regional point of view. There has to be scope for this kind of enterprise happening within. I mean, I don't call Northern Ireland a nation because half the country will go absolutely hate, but the other half will kind of applaud me on that. But the point being is that as a semi-autonomous region within the United Kingdom, then we pay our politicians to make this kind of call. This is what grown-up politics should be about. Now, clearing up the mess afterwards is another part of that problem, but I would far rather see the First and Deputy First Minister working together like this, and the Health Minister and the Finance Minister working together rather than working to undermine each other, which has been the case for the last week and a half, and applaud that, than to say we should be too nervous about upsetting the Four Nations. The Four Nations.
Sure, but do you get my point within my question? Does this suggest that Northern Ireland is not confident it will get enough PPE from the Four Nations approach?
Well, I think some of what the Department of Health has to do around this is to clarify that situation. My feeling, and it is only a feeling, because the data is really thin on this, that the real storm is going to happen in London and to a certain extent Birmingham. These are big international trade cities that are getting hit really hard, where it's hard to manage social distancing, and I think anything that takes in England, I think is going to be applauded elsewhere. I think we've got to recognise that this is a degree of enterprise on behalf of our own Northern Ireland administration, and I think that you know, they're taking a risk, yes, but I think it's a limited risk. I think even with the 35% wastage, as Dolores said earlier on, if the contract's written tightly enough, some of that money should be able to be clawed back. The point is, if 35% of it's poor, 65% of a huge quantum will be okay, and we can move on that basis.
Okay. Nick, thank you very much indeed. Good morning to you. And remember, Sharon Gallagher, as the department is pointing out, did not refer in her email to any specific company, but she was talking in the context of a future order that Tim Losty was pursuing through China. She did then refer to concerns around the quality received in Dublin in the past, and 35% of stock received being unusable. So why would she be pointing that out if it was a different company? I think that's a fair question. Maybe she's just talking about the general supply from China. I don't know. I'm sure the department over time will tell us. Just so that you know, in terms of what the UK government and the Four Nations approach knew about this, the Nolan Show, and we only put these questions in yesterday because we were getting this detail yesterday. So the Nolan Show asked the Department of Health and Social Care in London, were they informed and when? Does the DHSC support Northern Ireland having a dual procurement strategy? And we're waiting to hear from Frank Shivers, local businessman. Good morning to you, Frank.
Good morning, Steve.
What's your reaction to this? Because you've been trying to offer supplies yourself, correct?
Yes, we've been trying to facilitate the post-day purchase order. And I have to say, the overall impression from our side is the NHS in Northern Ireland have done a fantastic job of procurement. The amount of inquiries, the amount of people offering has been overwhelming, and they obviously have to do their due diligence to ensure that these guys can deliver. So, and even the cross-party politics-wise, all parties have been involved in this, and we've spoken with First Minister's office, Robert Swan's ministry, we've had Paula Bradshaw, we've had John Stewart from the UUP. Everybody has been involved in this, and there's a real will to make it happen. But what hasn't been mentioned this morning, Stephen, is that on the 1st of April, the Chinese government, to try and stop these false type masks and manufacturers just making masks on them and sending them, introduced legislation that you need an export certificate for medical supplies. So that has slowed everything down. But we had an order for 10 million masks for any to come to Northern Ireland.
How you doing, everybody? Welcome back. Today's been a good day. Sun's been shining. We've been outside, just in the garden, having a laugh. Seen in the news and been sort of last couple of days, and it was on the radio as well when I was driving in, and I let that play so you could hear what was going on, and all about the PPE. I can't complain. We have more than enough, and hopefully we never need it. So I don't know what anybody else is doing, but we're definitely doing the right thing, and we have plenty here. The only other thing is, you could see there was quite a few cars on the road this morning, which is different from what I've noticed any other day. And I've seen on social media a lot of people heading away for the day and stuff. Crazy. But that's about it. Everything here is good. So I'm going to wrap it up. Please like and subscribe if you haven't already. And I'll see you all on Monday. Thanks for watching. Bye.